Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of this Friday afternoon. I still have the Lunar Soul Tarot out on the tarot table because we're dealing with these rather strange versions of the truth. That's the theme of today, truthiness, subjective statements of feelings. And we've had Megan and her idea that she grew up as an only child, and now we're having Scoby's idea that William and Catherine are desperate for a PR boost in the United States because Harry and Meghan are stealing the limelight. This has been printed in the Express newspaper in the UK. It's not exactly renowned for its editorial exactitude. Scoby quoted as saying that Americans are bored with William and Catherine. They are so dull, and that Harry and Meghan are getting all the covers now. Obviously, William and Catherine are threatened by this, terribly jealous, having to go to the US for Earthshot because they need to claw back some of this limelight from Harry and Meghan. Of course, Omid's view of reality, his own truthiness, his own subjective statement of his feelings, as quoted in the Express newspaper, let's remind you that this is my subjective statement of my feelings. My disclaimer is in the box below. This is my truthiness. This is my opinion. It's just a tarot reading for entertainment purposes. And of course, this is where we all are now, and this is why I'm using this Lunar Soul Tarot. It's the Woke Tarot. It's the Truthiness Tarot. And let's see. I'm going to do a compare and contrast and see how we're doing in terms of US press popularity, how thirsty each couple is for covers, for limelight. We know that the Harkles bought and paid for that Time magazine cover last night, the hairdresser cover, when Harry was helping Meghan's tresses, as the Daily Mail likes to call them, her nylon hair. He was tending to her nylon hair there in that cover, which the Harkles bought and paid for. So how thirsty each couple is, how each couple is viewed currently in the US, and how they will be as a result of Earthshot. And then Scooby-Doo's role in all of this as the prime instigator, or allegedly he may be, of course, being used. Someone else might be using his account to purvey her own truthiness. We'll see. So compare and contrast reading. Sorry, the light's getting a bit dark. I think it's packing up. All this excitement of load shedding and on and off and batteries and things. Not everything lasts, and I think my light is about to disappear. So Harkles on this side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our little reading. Can you see it all? More or less. And underlying energy is the 9 of Pentacles, which is an independence card. And financial independence. And I would imagine that one couple has financial independence and liberty and freedom, and the other couple allege that they found freedom and all those 9 pentacles, but perhaps not so much. So that's quite funny that that's come out. And one couple, of course, are getting huge amounts of money and endorsements and support for their charity, Earthshot, which is now an independent charity. 9 of Pentacles, independent charity. Other couple struggling to make ends meet, allegedly. Let's point you at the disclaimer below again. And I remind you that this is just my version of the truth. And so Scoby, what's going on with Scoby? Let's just ask the universe. We haven't asked about him for a while. Plastic Fantastic. 4 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Cups is the sort of depressed, lackluster energy, rejection. Perhaps he has been rejected. There was talk that he had been sidelined, and he has been quiet for a while, reeled back in. 4 of Cups in reverse is a do-over kind of energy. The thing that you rejected is now back in play, or you wish it was back in play, and you're trying to get excited about something that you previously weren't excited about. Perhaps he's trying to get excited about the Harkles again after his little holiday, and he's now got this gig, this writing gig for Yahoo, and of course he needs to earn his money too. He doesn't seem to have a financial independence, Scooby-Doo, but I wouldn't say feeling the love here. I wouldn't say feeling the love. Somebody who's been rejected and who now wants to come back in and have another attempt at the situation that they got iced out of, or they didn't agree to, they didn't accept, they weren't that excited about in the past. Harkles on this side, Cambridges on this side. How thirsty are the Harkles for those covers, for the press, for the publicity. Knight of Disc is about Prince Harry. Harry needs it. Harry wants it. Slow but steady progress. Slow and steady, not but steady. Slow, steady progress. Need the money. Need to be able to make money. You can see the clutching the pentacles and hands there. Look at me. Here I am, the Earth Prince, the Earth sign Prince, the Virgo. And here I am to make money and plod. And please pay me attention. Please give me money and please help me make this journey forward towards wealth and stability. So desperate, thirsty, definitely thirsty. How thirsty are the Cambridges for those covers that Scoby says they are desperate to desperate to claw back from the Harkles. Not desperate at all. 9 of Wands in reverse. Don't care, have given up, not interested. It's a walk away energy. When it's upright, it's barricade yourself in, be on the defensive, you're wounded, you're damaged, but you're making your last stand. When it is in the reverse, you just don't care anymore. They don't care. They couldn't care less. It's kind of this energy too, oddly enough, the Scooby-Doo energy. He's trying hard to care, but I don't think he really does anymore. And you might find that someone else, we won't say who, has his login details and can actually access his accounts and bash away, burning the midnight oil rosé all day, then gets on board onto that Twitter account and says things. But 9 of Wands in reverse, don't care, given up, walked away from a battle that there is no point fighting anymore. You just could not be bothered. If the Harkles want to buy Time magazine cover, go for it. Cambridges, don't care, not interested. Very clear. How are they perceived currently, the two couples? How are the Harkles perceived in the US? Opinion polls say tanking massively. Queen of Discs now. We've had the Knight of Discs in reverse. We've got the Queen of Discs in reverse. Unstable, losing money. Interesting depiction of the Queen of Discs in this tarot deck, just by the way. She in particular is viewed very negatively. The wife is viewed very negatively as being very materialistic because the card is in reverse. It's the shadow energy of the Queen of Pentacles. When she's upright, she's generous, loyal, supportive, hardworking, grounded. In reverse, lazy, self-indulgent, grasping, mercenary, bad wife, not loyal, all of those things. They don't like her. And also in the background of this energy is dishonoring Her Majesty the Queen herself, because she is the ultimate Queen of Pentacles, the earth sign queen, who has been dishonored by the Harkles. How are the Cambridges viewed in America at the moment? Do Americans even care about the Cambridges? Cambridges don't seem particularly to care about what American press has to say about them. 4 of Swords. Interesting energy. Americans see them as taking time out to recover and heal. With two cards here that tell me that people see them as having withdrawn from the lists. They're not engaging, they're not fighting. The 4 of Swords comes after the 3 of Swords of a massive betrayal. Very interesting. Stabbed through the heart normally in the Rider-Waite Tarot. 3 of Swords, betrayal by a third party. Tremendous hurt, tremendous heartache. And then on the 4 of Swords, you feel the need to go away and heal, rest, recover. Put your swords down. You're not fighting. 2 cards tell me they're not fighting. They're not involved in this conflict. This conflict is all coming from that side. This side is not interested in engaging in any of this tit for tat, this ridiculousness that's being put out by this little plastic person down here. My opinion, my truth, my subjective statement of my feelings. So Fluffy's back. Fluffy's come to scratch. It's raining outside. She's had to come rushing back inside. Earthshot, what impact is Earthshot going to have on the two couples? Harkles first is going to raise their profile, they're going to look good, they're going to be eclipsed. Oh wow, they're going to be completely eclipsed by it. I hope you can see in the gloom of this dimming light. Strength card in reverse. That's that ultimate Harry and Meghan card, the Strength card. The Virgo and the Leo combined there. When they are upright, they're very powerful. Well, I think they're very powerful, very influential. When they're in the reverse, they are weakened. They are going to be tremendously weakened by Earthshot. Absolutely. They're going to be seen to be rather pathetic, rather pitiful, lacking influence, lacking gravitas. They're not the power couple, the opposite of the power couple, very much eclipsed by what is going on here with this Nine of Pentacles, this independent charity, very flush with cash, obviously doing very well. How are Americans going to perceive the Cambridges as a result of the Earthshot Awards in December in Boston? What's their opinion going to be of them? Two of Wands. It's partnership, busy. It's a busy card, it's a working card, it's a planning card, it's a doing card. Wands is PR and it's energy and enthusiasm and getting your ideas out there, partnering with people. They see it as early days still. They see this as something that is in its early phases. Twos, they've started out and it's traveling. Twos is looking out across the sea, looking at the world. They're planning, they're organizing, they are combining with people, and they are getting ready for a long journey. They're not seeing this as glamorous. They're not seeing it as a done deal. They're not seeing it as something that's over. They're seeing it as something that's just beginning, but it's beginning in a very positive way, in a very enthusiastic way, in a very energetic way, a humble way, which is interesting because this side is not humble at all. This side is not interested in fighting, don't care, much more focused on inner resources and healing and thinking and meditating and praying. That's what the Four of Swords is about. And then humbly setting out their stall and saying, this is what we're about, and we are partnering with people to try and fix things. But it's very humble energy. It's not dressed in fancy clothes, light is flickering. It is very humble, very humble. We've come with our message and we're bringing our message to you, our hopeful message. But we're not at all convinced we're going to succeed with this hopeful message, but here we are with it. And the final card of this reading is about Scooby-Doo again, Omid Scoby, or Omar Scoby, as Tom Bauer called him in his book. Omar Scoby, how's this all going to go for him? He's clearly backed the wrong horse here and is feeling less than enthusiastic about the side that he's backing. How's this going to go for him? Because, you know, it's very clear from these cards that December isn't going to be good for the Harkles. Even if that wretched book comes out and trashes the royals, it's not going to affect people's opinion of William and Catherine. They've got their opinions, and they have a very poor opinion of the Harkles, clearly, and particularly Meghan, in my opinion. And so Omid, how's he going to be able to deal with all of this? Page of Swords. He's going to be fighting. He's going to have his little poison pen out. He's going to be writing furiously into the night on Yahoo or wherever it is that he's got his writing gig then. It's on high alert. The Page of Swords, it's that wariness, A-R-I, wariness, braced for things, what's coming. I've got to deflect whatever is coming. I've got to get a sort of repartee kind of vibe, the Page of Swords. Busy, busy, busy. It's a busy energy, it's a communication energy, but it's quite a harsh energy. It's communicating, but sword fighting kind of communicating, sparring energy with the Page of Swords. Clapping back. There's going to be clapping back. And it's interesting that this Page of Swords is a female Page of Swords, really, in this curious lunar soul tarot deck. So the clapping back could be done in the guise of Omid Scoby's name, but actually clapping back by somebody else with a Hotmail account, who shall remain nameless, but who's going to be very, very busy very busy sending out things like this article in the Express newspaper about how desperate the Cambridges are and what a failure they are. Just as the Caribbean tour was allegedly a failure, he did stir things tremendously then, and I think there's going to be more stirring in future, but it won't be particularly successful stirring because opinions are already visible here. Strength card in reverse is a very, very bad card if you're a Harkles fan. It's a very negative card. It's a very weak card. It's a loss of status, loss of influence, and people see them as damaged goods, weakened, and really pretty pitiful there. Whereas they see William and Catherine as people they can do business with. Two of Wands, people you can make deals with, you can talk to, you can have a sensible conversation. They're not full of ego, they're not full of bravado and hot air. They're real. They're real, and what they have to offer is real. That's your reading on a very cold Friday afternoon. Thank you for watching, and I hope it's not too dark in this light, and I will see you again tomorrow.